Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my August favorites. I feel like I'm late to the game with this video and I'm usually so on top of filming my favorites videos because I love filming them. When I'm planning out my videos for the month, my favorites video is like the first one that I put on the calendar, and I just love chatting with you guys about the products that I've used throughout the month. But somehow the end of August came and went. I thought I would still sit down and film it for you. I hope you guys are still interested in watching. I have a lot of staple favorites that are just reliable, that work well. We were out of town for a lot of August. We were visiting family, and then my husband and I were on vacation, which was amazing. It was so nice. We were on a cruise for part of it, so we actually didn't have access to our phones, which is such a weird feeling, but like such a good feeling because we were in the middle of the ocean, obviously, so we couldn't get text messages, and we purposefully did not pay for an internet package, so we couldn't go online, and it was so relaxing. I read 3 books. We slept so much. We just hung out together and it was the best. So anyways, I feel like I got off track. Oh, all of that to say, I just kind of relied on like my staple go-to products. And then I do have a couple of new products to share with you as well. So if there's anything you want to see on my channel during the month of fall, during the month of September, let me know. But I feel like I'm all over the place. So let's hope this video goes well. So let me kick it off with 2 different foundations that I've been loving. The first one is an older favorite, but it's something that I put in my everyday makeup drawer for August, which I am going to get back to filming those videos. I switched up my setup a lot, so I am going to do one for September and October, so that should be coming soon. But I started using the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation again. I have the shade 010 Light Beige. I actually need to get a darker shade because I did get a little bit of a tan on our vacation, and this one's a little bit light for me. But I really love this foundation because it is super lightweight and really comfortable on the skin. It almost feels like a serum type texture. Like it's very liquidy, very thin, but it gives really good coverage. If you prefer more of a full coverage foundation, but you don't like the super heavy feeling that sometimes goes with full coverage foundations, then this one might be a great alternative for you. It does give you a nice matte finish. It stays in place pretty well. And I think if you have oily skin, you'll like it. I think if you have dry skin and you like a full coverage matte foundation, but you find them to be a little bit too drying, this might actually be a good alternative because even though it is mattifying, it's not mattifying in the way that it sucks all of the moisture out of your skin. The other foundation that I've been reaching for is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I have the shade 30YW, and I did do an entire review on this product. I think it was like the very beginning of the month, so I'll link that video in the description box below if you guys are curious. I did like a 2-day wear test, and what's nice about this foundation is that it looks so natural on the skin, but it still gives you more of like a medium coverage look. Even though I say that the Catrice foundation looks very lightweight and it feels very comfortable, this one is even more lightweight and feels even more comfortable on the skin because it is a very thin foundation. I find that I've really been enjoying very thin liquid foundations because you can build them up where you need more coverage, but overall they're a lot more comfortable than like a thick, heavier cream foundation. My skin looks pretty oily after about 5 or 6 hours, so a mattifying primer does help, but I think heading into the fall and the winter, I'm going to like this even more because my skin is not quite as oily. It's not as hot, so I feel like I'll be reaching for it more on an everyday basis. It just looks so good on the skin for like those first 5 hours, and then I don't usually mind touching up throughout the day because I like how it looks so much. So I have been loving this one. I wouldn't say it's one of like my top 3 go-to foundations, but I do enjoy it, and I think again heading into the fall and the winter it will become even more of a staple product for me, but I'll keep you guys posted. So I'm actually surprised that I like the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer as much as I do. The first time that I used this product I wasn't necessarily sold on it. I'm pretty set on my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Like this is my go-to. I rarely reach for another one, but I have to say that I think I used this Urban Decay concealer more than the Too Faced concealer during the month of August. That hasn't happened in like an entire year, so that definitely goes to show that it was a product that I loved. It's a full coverage concealer, and it's definitely more full coverage in my opinion than the Too Faced Born This Way. The Too Faced Born This Way is more of a hydrating satin finish, but the Urban Decay Stay Naked is more of a full coverage matte finish, but it's not matte in the way that it looks super dry under the eyes. A lot of full coverage matte concealers really enhance dryness, and then in turn they enhance wrinkles, they settle into fine lines. This one looks really good under the eyes and it stays in place well. As far as full coverage, long-lasting concealers go, this is a good one, and a very, very small amount goes a super long way. Do not get caught up in like applying a huge triangle of this under your eyes because it's very, very heavy. So a little bit really does blend out and you'll be happy that you went in with less, trust me. Okay, so I've had this Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Mini Instant Retouch Setting Powder for a few months, but I didn't really commit to using it regularly until August because somebody left a comment on my video asking me how I was liking it, and I couldn't really give an answer. That was like back in July. Or it was whenever I ranked my setting powders. When was that? I think I filmed that video at the end of July. So at that point, I just didn't feel comfortable ranking it because I hadn't used it a whole lot. So I was like, I really need to get on the ball, start using it, and I love this product. I'm so mad that I waited such a long time to start using it. I mean, look how much I've used up. I feel like I describe all powders in a very similar way. It locks my foundation into place, but it looks natural on the skin. I've been moving away from super intensely matte products. I'll always reach for matte products because I do have oily skin, but there's a difference between a matte product that looks dry and a matte product that just keeps your skin looking normal. And by normal, I just mean not too dry, not too oily, like somewhere in the middle. I'll usually just take a little bit more of a dense brush to apply this product rather than a large fluffy brush, and I find that it works really well. So I have the shade Butter. I was thinking about trying the next shade, which is a little bit darker. Even though it is a slightly tinted powder, it's not like super, super noticeable. So I feel like Butter works well for me. Ideally, I think one shade darker would be better, but this one's fine in the meantime. So I also picked up this CoverGirl brow pencil a while ago. This one is their ultra fine brow pencil and I have the shade Rich Brown. This has been my go-to pencil. I did not use it today and I don't really like how my brows turned out. So that definitely goes to show that I've been loving this. I've been reaching for it over my Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I am so happy about. I do love the Brow Wiz, but I have to say on an everyday basis, I like this one better because it looks a little bit more natural. And I don't know if it's the formula or the shade. I feel like it's a combination between the two, but I just find that my brows don't tend to look as harsh when I use this product. And it just gives me a little bit more of like a light feathery look. I really, brows are still a constant struggle for me. So I feel like I'm always looking for like new brow products that work well. And there are days where I want a really strong, bold brow, but there are a lot of days where I just want more of like a light, feathery, soft brow. I just feel like when I use this, I get a little bit more of a softer, natural look, and I've really been liking it. Okay, so during the month of August, I took a break from lash extensions for a few weeks, and I was so nervous because I get the most extreme comments when it comes to lash extensions. I either get comments from people who love their lash extensions, it's like the best decision ever, they do not regret them, and then I also get comments from people who had such a bad experience and said all of their lashes fell out, they were super damaged. Now, my personal experience had been really, really good. I did not regret them at all. I loved having them, but I also wasn't really sure how my natural lashes looked underneath. Now, to be honest with you guys, I have the worst natural lashes, which is why I got lash extensions in the first place. Mine are very short, very thin, incredibly sparse. When I'm not wearing makeup, I'll put a picture on the screen for you guys, it doesn't really look like I even have any eyelashes in the first place. So I wasn't too worried about like the state of my natural lashes. Anyways, they ended up looking fine. So all of that to say, there were a few weeks where I didn't have my lash extensions, so I was using mascara again, and I used the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. This is such a good mascara if you want really intense, dramatic lashes. It is going to give you a little bit of like a clumpy lash look, but some people like that. Some people don't. So if you want more of a natural lash look, if you want your lashes to look really separated and really lengthened, this probably is not the option for you. But if you want your lashes to look really dramatic, this is a great option. Because I was so used to how my lashes looked with extensions, whenever I reached for more of like a natural mascara, they just looked kind of pathetic and I missed that really intense look. So this was like my perfect mascara for the few weeks where I wasn't wearing them because it just made them look really intense and voluminous. And that's a look that I do like even when I'm not wearing like extensions. I think if you like a really dramatic, voluminous look, then you will enjoy this one. So during the month of August, I really only wore these two blushes. These are from Too Faced. They are the Fruit Cocktail Blush Duos. I have Papaya Pop and Apricot in the Act. I actually have other shades, but these have been my two favorites. And if you guys like glowy blushes, I think you will love these. They don't have like a great reputation. I'm actually getting ready to film a video on products I love that everybody else hates, and I had to include these because I feel like nobody likes these. I've actually been going in with more of a dense brush just to pick up more of like the deeper shade, and I think they look so great because they just give your skin a glowy appearance. So your cheeks look healthy and shimmery in a very pretty way. If you're a matte blush fan, obviously these are not going to appeal to you, but I like both of these shades in particular because this one has more of like a bronze mixed in with it, and this has a little bit more of a golden shade mixed in with it. So I just think they give your skin a really healthy glow, and I just really enjoy them. So I've been using them nonstop during the month of August. I don't know how much I'll use them in the fall. Like I might reach for some other blushes, but if you like a good shimmery, glowy blush, these are really great. Okay, I just have a few more products. So I've been wearing my Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumpers so much. I love this gloss. I got so many recommendations from you guys to test out this formula, and it's quickly become one of my favorites. I have two shades. I have Natural Luster, and then I have another one that I cannot seem to find. I'll try to find it and do a close-up swatch for you guys, but if you're looking for a good lip gloss from the drugstore, these are very similar to the Fenty Gloss Bombs. They leave your lips looking so full and glossy. They're not sticky, they're just easy to apply. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you go through lip gloss very quickly, if you break it down like price per ounce, the Gloss Bomb is actually very similar in terms of price, but if you don't go through lip gloss very quickly, this might be a better option because you can purchase one of these or two or three of them for the same price and get multiple shades. And I don't know, I just really enjoy this formula. So thank you guys so much for your recommendation. I've been wearing mine so much. During the month of August, I actually didn't wear eyeshadow a whole lot just because we were out of town and I didn't really take the time to do it very often. But when I did, I just reached for my ColourPop singles. I created this like random 9-pan palette out of existing shades in my collection, and I've been getting a ton of use out of it. I think the majority of these shades are permanent shades, so I'll put a picture on the screen for you guys of all of the shades, but it's been fun using these singles again because I've had them in my collection for a while and I've kind of neglected them in favor of just my other palettes in general. So I think like this 9-pan palette, not this one in particular, but the fact that I can like switch out these shades for whatever I'm into is going to be one of my like new favorite things, because if I'm like really feeling neutrals at the moment, I can fill this with neutrals. If I really want to get into like, I don't know, yellow shadow, I can fill it with yellow shadows, but I think it's been fun. It's just like very customizable. I know you can go on the website and customize your own palette. So they do sell single shadows for $4.50 each, which isn't a bad price for a single shadow. But if you're wanting to purchase more than like 4 or 5, I do recommend building your own palette. So you can get 12 shadows for $24, which breaks down to be $2 a shadow, or you can get 24 shadows for $45, which is $188 a shadow. So if you want to build your own custom palette, if you know you like the ColourPop formula but none of their existing palettes appeal to you, that might be a better option. But that is the end of my video. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. I hope that September is amazing for you guys. Let me know what you're up to. Keep me posted on how you're doing and which products you're loving, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.